have the code to your partner's phone, but you should never have to look in it. I have the code to my husband's phone, but I rarely have to go searching. If you feel the need to search and you are not typically a jealous person or an insecure person, if you feel pulled to searching, that's the Holy Spirit trying to let you know something's going on. So someone who is suddenly the same thing like with the children, you're suddenly coming up with designer this and designer that. The need to flaunt will expose. They're exposing and telling on themselves by the things they flaunt. If you are seeing your partner keeping strange hours, I need to go to the office. I need to go to the office. I left something at the office. Okay, so if their job previously didn't require them to leave at strange hours and they were not promoted, then that is a red flag. Also, I need to give so-and-so a ride. I need to give so-and-so a ride. They're constantly, suddenly, they're a taxi now and they got to give everybody a ride. Okay, well, you're not an Uber and this is a home. Why do you feel responsible to go out and give somebody a ride? Or why do you want to go on a grocery store run alone or when I'm sleeping, when we normally go together? It could look like cheating. It could look like cheating, and it could just be criminal lifestyle to, maintain things. Also, if there are friends that you've never seen before that they're suddenly interacting with, but you don't know anything about those friends, you need to know the friends of whoever your partner is with. It is strange and it is unhealthy to not know your partner's friends. If it's your partner's friend and they're good enough for the partner, then they're good enough for you. If my husband said, oh, it's boys' night, I could say, okay. But if it's always boys' night and it's never an opportunity for us to have dinner together, then that means that these relationships are isolating from me and you need to know why you are not included. And if it's not like a hobby, I understand if they like to go shooting or playing basketball and you don't, that's one thing. But if it's something that you may like to do, and like just simply going to eat or going to a movie and you're not invited, you may want to scrutinize the details.
Something is fishing.
Yes.
Fish so hard. Get it. Get it.
Exactly. Something's fishy. It looks like cheating when your partner is doing crime without you knowing. Also, you need to know who you really are with. Look them up. And looking people up doesn't show everything. And guess what? People change. But you need to know who you really are with. Some people, they get out of jail, they start drug dealing, and guess what? They know how to dress nice. They maybe don't have tattoos everywhere. Somebody could have tattoos everywhere and be a really good person. Somebody could have no tattoos and be a straight dog in the streets. So you don't know who you are with. Learn who you are with. Because guess what? That lifestyle comes with, if you become a drug dealer, you're a target for robbery. There is labor trafficking involved because a lot of the time these drug dealers take young boys. Our young boys are being made to peddle these drugs. These drugs carry a lot of time in prison. So if you can get a child may get less time and a time in juvenile court. So if a child is 14 and he gets caught with all of these drugs, he may go to jail for a year or two, but it's not going to be on his adult record. And these criminals know that. So they use the boys. So if your adult companion is suddenly the big homie to all these young boys, and you don't see him mentoring anything structural or edifying, you may wonder why these relationships are there. Why is he going to run errands with this child, do things with this child, bring food and groceries to this child? Once again, it could look like cheating. Is this your side piece's son? Maybe not. Maybe this is the young boy who runs drugs for him. So he may give him $50 once a week and a couple of beers and be making this boy work. And it's an ugly world. And I wrote about this in a book coming. I have a book that I am co-authoring on, and it talks about before the child is taken. What could you do? What can you look for? And I wrote a chapter in the book, just one chapter, called Big Homie. And Big Homie is what my